talk about it more on the show. Okay.
On the show, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Two idiots, two countries. I'm your host, Zach, in the right side. The overlay is looking pretty normal now because we don't have a third person here. We have Tyler on this side right here,
Well,
and I don't have the Twitch chat on, so I can't even see what's happening. But welcome back to the show, guys. Today we're getting into some juicy topics here. Gonna leave everyone. No, no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. What do we got today, Tyler?
so, guys, I have never seen an outrage so bad in my life than this Super Bowl halftime show.
Ever in your life, huh?
It seems like this has been like a terrorist attack on the planet from the way
Oh,
people have been reacting to this halftime show. It's been pretty bad. It's been pretty juicy. I've been scrolling on Twitter. I've been seeing what's up, how people have been feeling about it.
but why?
Um,
Why are people feeling a certain way about it?
well, let's start off with the first couple of things. The first thing and the most obvious thing, the show isn't in English. That's like that is the main
You mean the
problem with
halftime
this.
show?
Yes, the halftime show of the Bad Bunny show, because we'll talk about the turning point one in a second. The biggest issue, obviously, that people are having is it's not in English, which I do understand and I kind of agree with. But on the other hand, another issue people are saying is Bad Bunny is not American, which technically isn't true because Puerto Rico isn't an American territory, but it's not a state. So it's kind of like this weird in between thing where they are considered like U.S. citizens, um, but they're not like fully U.S. because they can't vote in federal elections, and
Oh,
I don't think they have all the same act like
that's supposed to be like a rule or something. Like you have to be American to do a halftime show.
no, but that has been kind of what's going on. I don't think it's about that, to be honest. I don't think it's necessarily racism either. Here's the thing: a lot of people don't understand. Um, because honestly, the fact that people are upset about it makes me think to myself that they haven't been paying attention to what the NFL has been about for the past, 10 years.
What's
The
that?
NFL has gotten pretty gay. It just has been. Okay, it's just
What do you mean by that?
it's all about that.
Like there's gay like football players? What do you mean?
Well, no, but they're very like it's a very like liberal like organization. It's like the
In what
change
way?
the pride. Well, it's mostly well. I know they participated in the BLM stuff. I know they were
Black
also
Lives
in
Matter?
the yeah, and there's with the halftime shows over time, they've been getting more and more like
Like they've donated money?
um. I'm not sure about that. Uh, but I know they're pretty. It's a pretty left leaning like organization. Um, so I wasn't surprised about the whole thing. Last year was Kendrick Lamar. I believe so, or was that 2024? I think it was Kendrick Lamar. Freddie, can we fact check that?
Believe last year was Kendrick.
I don't even know.
Okay.
2025 halftime show. I'm pretty confident that was Kendrick. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, it's also people have to take into consideration like yes, Bad Bunny he won the Grammy. I believe, and he was, I think, one of the most popular artists on Spotify or something in America.
Oh wow.
So it would make sense that he would do the halftime show. Now, does that mean that people necessarily were in favor of that, and that's what the average like football fan was really looking for? No. However,
Really? Why?
I do think.
Why do you think that wasn't
Well,
the
the
average
average.
football fan? How do you know? Like, what are you basing that off of?
Well, mostly interviews, but also majority of the NFL fan base is like just white dudes. Like, so I think it's like 80% just like white dudes. Like,
Oh, and
they definitely don't speak.
they don't like Bad Bunny. They're not. I mean, a lot of people that are English listen to music that they can't understand.
Well, no, I was going to talk about that too, but yeah, no, I think a lot of people like that didn't listen to that type of music and they just weren't really into it. I don't think people necessarily hated it. I just don't think it was like their type of music. Because a lot of people did interviews and like most of the football players, and most of the people like who were at the show didn't like know who he actually was, or like couldn't name like a bad. But I can't name a Bad Bunny song.
I
I
don't
can't.
either, but
But
honestly, I'm pretty uncultured when it comes to music, so I don't know.
well, well, me too. I had honestly never heard of the guy before the NFL like this halftime show either. But so yeah, so it's not in English, and people are upset about that because they can't understand it. But like you said, a lot of people listen to music that is, um, like anime music, like music that is not in English. That is actually, because I think music is something that you can understand, like even if you don't understand really, it's kind of like a feeling thing,
Yeah, it's like a vibe, and
especially
there's also
especially
beats.
in like especially in like classical music. There's no words obviously. It's all emotion and feeling.
Yeah, you can tell when a song is upbeat or sad or slow, regardless of what they're saying. Even if they're saying something horrible, it doesn't. It's just slow. Yeah, I don't know. You can just tell what kind of music it is by listening,
What
regardless of
what
whether
I
you can
do
understand it.
believe though, I do believe this. I agree with a lot of people who say it's an attempt to bring more like Latino, like more of the Latino community into the Super Bowl. Because yeah, most people that didn't like even watch football or anything to do with that, like watch the Super Bowl because of the Bad Bunny halftime show. Um,
So,
and so I think that's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
so is that why you think people are upset about it? Because they're using the halftime show as a way to market towards a different audience instead of appeal to their own people, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think that it's because it's also non-English, and I think um, what's the third reason?
Well, racism definitely plays a part in it. If it's a big part or a little part, it a
Well,
definitely is a part.
I think the thing is people just want. I think another reason it was unpopular too is because um, this was also pretty clearly uh, it was obviously yeah, it was a halftime show, but it was also kind of a like it was kind of a political statement with all the flags and everything. And I don't know what he was talking about because I don't speak Spanish, but I do appreciate that there was a wedding. I thought that was, I thought that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was
Uh,
so cool. By the way, yo, what? So imagine getting
yeah,
married during the Super
that
Bowl.
was and that was legal. That was legal too. Yeah, that was awesome. He said "God bless America" in English, so I think that I think
So,
I can appreciate that at least. But
at least,
look, man, the thing is with this whole halftime show thing, and like I said, I don't even care because I don't watch football. But I just saw the absolute like outrage that people were like, "This is crazy. This is ridiculous," and I'm like, dude. Like a quarter of this country, for better or worse, now is like fucking Mexican, okay, or Hispanic or whatever. It's like I'm not surprised. I think the NFL has also gone to other countries now, so um, yeah, not surprised. However, what I will say about it is a lot of people interpreted that as kind of a middle finger just to the um a lot of people felt like it was like a middle finger to them as like a football like a big football fan, like average kind of, because it was like with all the flags at the end or whatever, and Bad Bunny at the Grammy speech made a political dilemma. Um, so I understand why it's unpopular. Um, However, my actual opinion on the show was that I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. I thought it was way better than the Turning Point show. I guess my main issue with it was it seemed like it was more political than like an entertainment thing. Um,
In what
I
way?
know there was like some. Well, I just think it was with the grass and with the flags and the telephone pole or whatever, and the "We are
The
all like
message made was
Americans" or
definitely
whatever.
a political stance against what's going on in the world right now. It was a political stance.
Yeah, it
The
was.
whole message was that together we are America, and is to counteract the whole like what's going on in the world with ICE, with the fact that people are being
Immigration.
deported. Yeah, immigration and everything like that. It's his message was against ICE, and so it definitely was a political stance more than just entertainment. But I think the argument can be made that um like let's say celebrities, they're influencers. The argument can be made that, it is kind of part of their job to influence their stance.
Yeah, well, I guess my main issue with it is, because when if you want to be political about something, your main the objective is, you want to get people to understand your side. You want to get people to
Yep.
like, believe in what you're saying. And the guy is born in Puerto Rico, yes, like it's an American territory. He performs in English. He's saying bad things about the immigration and the president or whatever. And it's off putting for the people who are, well, obviously on that political. I would say probably, though, a lot of people who are on like the American right are probably football fans. That seems like the kind of like cowboy hat, beer drinking, like, like I don't know. It's like like the
Beer drinking
people
tow
who
trucking.
are. Yeah, yeah, like the just like American ass
Yeah,
men.
the American stereotype.
Yeah, the Texas. Yeah, the like guy. Think of Texas. That's the average. That's what I think of when I think of like the average like football fan. So, um, yeah, I think it was political more so than it was like a show,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I think that's why people are probably off put by it. I that's probably how I feel about it too. It's like it's not as it's no Michael Jackson, it's no Prince, it's nothing like that. But
Like it's not as entertaining due to it being more political leaning than an
yeah, of
entertainment
course,
show,
and
like a halftime show.
the Hispanic community obviously loved it. Granted,
Yep.
um, because I mean, that's like their what is it? That's like their Michael Jackson. It's like Snoopy is like all the dogs, like every dog's Michael Jackson. So
All
Is
the
that the
dogs
uh,
look
comparison?
at they idolize Snoopy.
yeah, they do. They start like dancing and shit when he starts
I'm gonna
dancing.
be that dog.
Yeah, bro, he's cool. He has aura. Um,
True.
so look, the Turning Point show, I'm all in favor of them if they want to say we're gonna combat the left. We're gonna make an all-American halftime show. We're not doing any of this sissy Spanish bullshit. All right, we're gonna wear cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. We're gonna drink beer. We're gonna listen to country music. All right, we're gonna be American men. I have no problem with that. I was looking forward to it. It was Kid Rock. Yeah, I tune into it, and it's like some of the worst country music I've ever heard in my life. And like I'm not like a huge country music guy. Like I can listen to it, enjoy it here and there.
Here
Um,
and there. Doesn't sound like it.
but yeah, dude, if that we can't I didn't see that as like a combatant. Like and granted,
That
like
was not
I'm
a
on.
show.
Yeah, I'm not on. I'm on there. I'm on that side of the political spectrum anyway. But they didn't win me over with that one, man. I wasn't too. I wasn't like,
Damn.
you know, at that point I was like, maybe we'll maybe I'll just turn the Bad Bunny halftime show back. I just didn't like. I think it just failed at what it was trying. I think they just could have just done something like simple. Um, I think they just tried like too hard to do it to like to make it like the I don't know how to explain it, but I think they just tried too hard and it just ended up not being too good.
Really?
Um,
You think that's what they did? Really? I don't think that's true at all. I don't think they could try. They tried too hard. I think it was admirable. It's admirable how much work went into it. I think it's cool
yeah. Well, I think the
that
turning
they put a
point
lot of work
show
into it.
was I don't know. Some people said they skewed the number or whatever, but the turning point show was the idea of it was that the people, the football giga chads were gonna turn off the sissy liberal of Bad Bunny halftime show and turn on their all American fucking halftime show and drink some beers and have some fun. Um, and look, I'm not mocking it or whatever. I don't. I just didn't think it was what they wanted it to be. I think, and like I said, I'm all for the country and all that, like making it like trying to make it more American. But you know, I just didn't enjoy it, so I can't. I can't. I don't know. But the Bad Bunny halftime show, yeah, I get why people are mad, but I think it's just like I said, bro. It's not that deep. I mean, NFL is pretty woke anyway now. We got the fucking feminism protest or whatever. So
You can really
uh,
get
I,
lost in it on social media if you're looking at it a lot. Then yeah, it probably does look like it's a big uproar because you're looking for that kind of stuff. So you're gonna find all those people who are arguing about it.
yeah, apparently the halftime show too was like the main thing because apparently the football fucking sucked. So
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Um, But I mean, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's no one's surprised. I however, the Charlie Puth national anthem I think was one of the I think that was top 3 best national anthems of all time. That was seriously insane. Do you guys see like the millions of people accusing him of auto-tune because of how good it was?
No.
Like imagine being that good. That's literally like being accused of hacking in Fortnite. Like that's the same exact thing. Um, and I guess what I'll say about it, like the last couple things I'll say about it is like I get it. This is America. We have our own kind of thing going on here. Um, I would say the Super Bowl is probably like the most American thing like we have. Like that is our culture. That's our sport. We fucking pioneered that shit.
Yeah.
That's you know what I mean? So he is American technically, yes,
But
by the book. So I'll give it to him for the people who are saying he's not American. He's more American than like Rihanna or Melania or any of the other, you know, people who
I
are
guess now the
considered.
idea of an American is starting to switch too, because if I asked you, Tyler, what an American, it seems like yeah, the very idea of what an American thing should be is changing. It's because of the people, I guess, like I guess the ideas between like left and right political stances. Because some people think that it should be, I guess, I don't know. I want to say like I don't know what I'd say actually what it is specifically. I guess like either like more inclusive or not.
Mm.
of all. Well, I guess it's mainly just like the main thing is like illegal immigrants. That's probably like the main problem, actually. I guess
Yeah. Well, look, here's the thing.
that's like the
Um,
main difference, I guess.
well,
I
the
don't know.
left's actually taking
I'm
that back now.
actually
They're actually saying it might be cooked now. But look, okay, it's the simple principle of, um, being an American. Um, it is not. It's not an idea. It is a people. Um, they say like someone whose parents' ancestry can be tracked back to the Revolutionary War is just as American as someone who just got off the boat from India. I don't agree with that at all. Someone who comes from India doesn't. Maybe they do speak English because that's one of the main languages spoken in India. Um, but you have to share our same values. You have to share our. You have to integrate into our society. You have to understand our way of life. We have a way of living here. We have a way of that we do things over here, just like Italy does, just like France does, just like United Arab Emirates does, um, just like any part of the world. So you got to come in, you got to be respectful. You can't come in here burning the fucking American flag. Like, what do you, why? You can't come in here, burn the American flag, say America's the worst country ever, and then demand like, EBT or something. It's like, dude, if you don't like it, and if you really hate it, then maybe you'll like your country of origin better. Because if you're flying your own flag all day, it might be an issue because look, we've had our own thing, we've had our own culture for hundreds of years. America. I think we just had our 250th birthday. Okay, we survived hundreds of years with our own culture.
yeah, let's go.
We don't need this cultural dilemma because people say, and I'm not even gonna feed into this like BS, but people say like, oh, America doesn't have any culture, so we gotta like bring in fucking everyone so that they can like enrich us with their culture. And it's like, dude, we have no culture, but people say we have no culture, but that's like a fish asking what's water because you people are so deep into American culture that you don't even realize how deep you are into it. You post shit about us on your iPhone, American made product. Granted, now they're made in China, but the brand was made in America. It's an American product. And you post on Instagram, another American product. You use internet, another American invention. You drive to the store, whatever, American invention. Like you're using our culture every day, and then coming here with your culture and saying that we need to adopt this or we're gonna like die or something. Like we don't. People say America has no food, America has no music. America is mostly by Black Americans. America's invented like 30 or 40 different fucking music genres. We own the music industry completely. We own the media completely with our movies, Hollywood. Everyone across the world loves that shit. There's been, especially with food too, barbecue, fucking burgers, apple pie, pecan pie. Oh, but it was made in what the fuck, whatever. I think burgers they say originate from someplace in Germany, Hamburg, whatever. Yeah, bro, that's the fucking burger. Congratulations, you put ground beef into a circle. We fucking made that shit into a burger. We put lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, and a toasted bun. Okay, that's our invention. You use that. We put a McDonald's in your country. that's that's an American company, bro. You eat that shit every day. You get your Starbucks coffee in the morning, really? You know?
So it sounds like what you're
So
saying is that our they don't see our culture because they are so much surrounded by and used to it. They've acclimated it as if it's the very air itself, and that they don't even realize what every like they've already implemented itself. It's just like automatic to them. They don't even realize consciously that it is. I don't know that I want to say that it's there, um, or that they're just not. I guess maybe it's lack of gratitude. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, it's like a fish out of water, you know. It's they just they're so deep into it. And they're so obsessed with it, that's all they can talk about, you know. They talk
Obsessed
about
with
us
saying
constantly.
that we suck. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So I don't get that. I'll never believe that. You know, also another American invention, the fucking airplane. Okay. The Declaration of Independence, self-governance.
Well, does that mean it's our culture if we invented it?
Yeah, inventions are culture. Culture is like music, food, inventions, customs, beliefs. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things like specifically in America that we just do here, like other countries don't share. For example, the dryer, another great American invention.
Yeah.
But this country, look, it's the goat, always has been, always will be, and we've had our own culture for hundreds of years. Not saying your culture isn't important or whatever, it is. You know, now that it's integrated into our society. But I'm just saying, look, all right, if you come here, just hold the door open. You know, wait for the light to turn green before you cross the street. Don't attack women for no reason.
Oh,
Um, well, I guess I was gonna say one other thing, but I'd probably get arrested for that, so I'm not gonna say that. But
okay.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, dude, we don't need to be drowned in other countries' culture, because what happens to that, it's kind of like a glass of water, and you add some like red dye into it. Uh, you know, that's America. America's the glass with the red dye. And if you keep pouring 48 other countries' culture into the water, eventually the red is going to fade out, and it's just going to be the clear glass of water again. And then the culture is going to be gone. Then everything's going to be gone. You know, no barbecue, no soul food, no Americans, no American flags anywhere.
I guess the
No,
idea is that if everybody's culture, if everyone just decided like, yeah, all right, America's just gonna be like, yeah, fully accepting of every culture, then all of a sudden now that's all broken down so much, and so that means there's a lot less of the original culture. So that means that really then there would be no main culture, so that there would be nothing. Then in that case, then there would be nothing really to differentiate ourselves in any way whatsoever.
yeah, exactly. And a lot of people already think they're like, oh, American food. What is American food, bro? You fucking consume it on a daily basis, bro. You eat McDonald's every day. Like what the fuck?
My
And it's not
gosh.
just McDonald's. It's mostly barbecue. Yeah, barbecue and desserts. Like mostly like the pies were made in the South. Soul food is another thing that was made exclusively in America.
Soul food.
Um,
Oh yeah, soul food. Yeah.
Co- Coca-Cola, you guys all drink that. PB&J, chocolate chip cookies, American style breakfast, chicken wings, Chicago, New York style pizza, French fries. Yes, it's Belgian originated, but we made it into our own fucking thing. Because I don't, that's just backwards logic to me. Because people are saying, oh, well, you know, it originated in Europe, so it's not your culture. We took it and made it into our own version. Just because it has origins doesn't mean we don't own it if we recreated it. It's not like we just slapped you know, some flex tape on it and was just like, yep, it doesn't come from there, because
Yeah.
they didn't invent it that way. You know, if I drew an image of a knight with armor, that doesn't mean that it's not like my own creation, my own drawing. It's I drew the knight with armor. It doesn't mean that everything after it that was created from the original, the first ever knight with armor, means that It's not like your own thing. The world revolves around what's the word? The world
Culture.
revolves around plagiarism. You know, every that means that every car made after the first car is not their own culture. It's not their own invention. It is. They're
Well,
very
plagiarism
distinctive
is
and
different.
different. Well, sorry, I guess not like plagiarism.
You're thinking more about just innovation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Taking one idea and improving on it.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Plagiarizing is
Um,
would be exactly copying someone else did and just putting it as your own.
yeah. Well, the world revolves around people innovating off of other people's ideas and then them
Yeah.
claiming it to be their culture. Because yeah, it is their own interpretation of it and it's their own creation. You know, China made spaghetti, made noodles, they made pasta first. You know, ramen, that shit. And it's
Yeah.
considered Italian culture because Italy did it in a different way and they made it their own.
Yeah, they made
I'm
that
pretty
cool.
sure I'm pretty sure pizza also was made in a different part of the world than Italy.
Probably like
Same thing with
Dutch or something.
tacos. Um, so look, it's okay. You know, you're not losing any sleep at night by saying that we have our own culture and our own customs. It's fine. It's okay. We're gonna be okay. We can have our own music.
I
We can
guess
have
I guess the
our
reason
own way
why
of talking.
then that they don't see it as our culture is because yeah, they've taken it into their own societies, made it into their own, and taken our invention, made it into their own way for their society. So they don't see it anymore as like, oh, this is American culture. No, because now it's their culture. So by that definition, if everything taken and then yeah, like made into other societies made different for their society, then yeah, I could see how people may think that maybe we don't have a culture. Maybe it's because yeah, like we've invented everything, and then like yeah, we've just given it to everyone else, and then they've all made it better, and they're just like, oh well, yeah, this is our culture, this isn't yours. But I guess like it came from us originally. Not that everything did, but like just in general, like if something comes from another place, um, yeah,
Yeah, no, well, that's a good point. Well, with things like the chain restaurants and all of the media or whatever, that is like same thing with airplanes. Like that is literally the exact same thing.
like yeah,
Like
like
air
McDonald's, like make this McDonald's everywhere. So now they don't in Japan they don't see it as oh, maybe they do see it as American. I don't know. Actually, maybe they do.
I think McDonald's is a staple though, but I don't I think
An
everyone
American
probably knows
staple.
because yeah, the cheeseburgers. But it's like, dude, we have our own fucking, you know how overpowered we are? We have our own fucking metric system. We don't use the goddamn kilometers. We don't use Celsius. We use Fahrenheit, all right? We use Fahrenheit. We use miles.
Yeah, yeah. I think
So,
that's it. I think America, because I'm
too
assuming
influential.
that we've just like invented a lot of things that everyone uses. So I think that's maybe why that people think that because they've just kind of like taken it and done their own thing with it. So now they don't associate it as American anymore. Like, oh, this is ours. So like, yeah, what did you
Yeah.
do?
Same thing with like bro, same thing with like electricity and the GPS, bro. Like, another thing that came from America.
Yes,
Every time you
specifically
switch that
AC.
light on in your room, yeah, every time you switch that light on in your room, bro, you're using the bald eagles culture. But okay, I just wanted to do, I guess, a segment on American culture and the Bad Bunny halftime show. Look, I'll close it out by saying I understand why it happened. I understand why people are upset, but the NFL is going that way anyway. Our country is 21% Hispanic. It is what it is. It's for better or worse is up for debate, but you got to deal with it, okay? So that's my take
That
on
might
it.
that might be a hard pill for some people to swallow.
Yeah, but it is what it is, bro. Like, what are you gonna do? If they get 10 million Hispanic people watching football because of that halftime show, that's W marketing.
I'm sure they did, yeah, for sure.
So, and it's not like anyone's gonna, like, if anyone really watched the Bad Bunny halftime show and after that they said, "I'm never watching football again," I don't think they were really too deep into it anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, I know a
You
lot of
have to have
people
been
are
there for
serious
the
about
halftime show to leave because of the halftime show.
it. They
Yeah,
lost. They lost one loyal viewer. Yeah, right. Yeah, loyal for that freaking show. Yeah, and that's it.
it's like the same idea of people who like, um, they they like go into like a subway or something, and they're like, "You're not getting my business ever again." And it's like, oh no,
Okay. All right.
we lost multi-billion-dollar corporation. We just lost like $6. Made that shit back as soon as you walked out the door, bro. It's like you're not as valuable as you think you are.
Yep.
Sorry, that was kind of mean. Okay, we did have some questions. How far into are we into the show right now?
We are about 36 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
yeah,
I
he
think we
knows.
can answer one or two of these questions and just talk about it for a little bit. I'll let Zach
Like
open because I just did that whole segment on the halftime show.
the way you phrased that, it sounded like we had like questions from like viewers or something. You're like, all right, yeah, let's take some questions here.
Well, no, but Freddie has some great questions for us. Him specifically.
Oh yeah, very
Came up with
specifically.
it himself. Go
Mm,
ahead, Freddie.
all
Tell the
right.
class.
So let's start off with, does modern dating suck or are we just soft?
Oh gosh, are we just soft?
I'm soft right now.
Um, yeah, I hate answering these questions because I think about it from a perspective of like how everyone else can see this question possibly. Like, what do they mean by modern dating, and what
The
do they
first
mean
thing that
by
comes
it
to my mind
sucking?
is like that comes to my mind is like Tinder and like dating apps. I think that would be considered like modern.
Also, just with, I mean, technology as a whole, like TikTok short form content has influenced a whole lot in this dating world with just
That's true.
these
That is absolutely
crazy
true.
terms of like, I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard like, oh, the 3 month rule or floating around there or something, or like people just talking about like or giving advice, relationship advice, giving
Yeah.
Oh, relationship
how to get
advice,
this person
TikTok.
back and stuff like that. Like just
Hmm.
people using
Okay.
other people's feelings to their advantage to make content that would, I guess,
Oh. Oh.
reinforce a way of thinking, and also you know g- bolster views and likes because of someone who shares that. I mean, I could, if I find an example, I
I mean, yeah, that's a
can
really
provide
good.
it, but
I mean, yeah, that's a you're looking at it from a marketing perspective. Yeah, that's like that's a big pain point, emotional pain point, right? Is trying to I don't know whatever relationship situation you're in, trying to like find an answer that could be particularly um, not good. Well, in particular, if you don't do anything, because the whole idea with dating and stuff is that it's not well, at least like if you're not particularly experienced, then it's not supposed to be easy. And so if you have to take action, I guess is the goal. So
yeah.
if although I feel like that content's also probably like yeah, I feel like most people aren't watching it and then like going taking action. It's probably like more of an entertainment thing too. Uh
This is true.
maybe. But okay, I guess I can answer this in two segments because with like the Tinder and like okay, so like dating apps, I guess that's one thing. Which on its surface, I don't think it's a bad thing actually, but I guess it's more particularly uh, it's not good for the people who are trying to I guess just like one night stands and stuff like that. People who are trying to use other people for that hit a dopamine and that's it and then just leave like that in particularly is not good. But if you actually are using it within the intention to find someone, um, that could be that's a good thing. I mean, yeah, that helps you. That's a gateway to help you find other people. Like that's good, but I guess it depends on what you are using it for. What was the other thing besides dating apps? Oh, I guess it was TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably like wouldn't be very good for people who overthink some shit. Like they just be like on the internet all day, like, what do I do? Uh, but
Swipe, swipe,
what
swipe.
was the
Right
question
arm
again?
is getting jacked. Damn, Zach, I thought I had ADHD.
Does
Okay.
modern dating
Just
suck or are we just soft?
Oh, okay. So I missed the other half of it. Does modern dating suck? Does modern dating suck, or are we just soft? Um, Probably a mix of both. I don't know. Probably a mix of both. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities to also like stay indoors and do nothing, so you don't really have to like go out a lot. And
scroll social media, yeah.
yeah,
The
so
what Tyler was saying, like the scroll, like we were just saying the swipe, 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 like in a actual environment that like enforces or pushes socializing, like I mean maybe a workplace or school, let's just say, like the thing with like a dating app, you're just swiping, look until you find someone that's like, oh, she's hot, or oh, he's hot, and then you start talking. But like in a from like a school or workplace standpoint, you're gonna go there, you're gonna talk to someone, and if you develop feelings, I mean, let's say you don't necessarily go in with the intention of dating that person, you may develop feelings because let's say looks or the way they act or
or just
many
like
other
them as a
aspects,
person.
or just like them. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like with Tinder, that's so much harder to find because you're just presented mainly with, I guess, like a like facts about them and like what they look like, and I feel like that's what a lot of modern dating looks like, a lot more visually than internally or
Wait,
like
yeah, I mean, people
external.
aren't that simple. So yeah,
Yep.
No.
you gotta like see them in person. That's definitely like that's a must. You gotta do that like probably as soon as possible. Like or yeah, I mean that's you have to be face to face. That's a very different form of communication, obviously. So face is really
You
important.
know what, Zach? I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
What, you're gonna
I'm
disagree with me?
gonna I'm gonna disagree. Yeah,
With
not
what
because I
specifically?
inherently disagree, but because I just for the principle, just for the sake of the argument,
Oh, so you're just gonna argue
I
with me for
think
fun?
yes. Well, no. Well, no. Okay, I actually do kind of disagree. Okay, so
Competitive disagreement.
okay, so the thing with the dating apps, look, my main thing, I think that the biggest problem I have with them is with uh I think it's mostly with women, but I think women are the problem. Shocker. But I think it's because they will read these things about like the guys or whatever, because obviously like everyone lies on Tinder. You
Oh, I
know,
didn't know that.
5'9", 5'9" is 6 foot.
Hence
I
the
don't. I mean,
importance
I
of
don't.
seeing them in person.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's like. I don't think it's safe for women to meet up with men in like a non-public area
Oh yeah,
just based off seeing their profile.
that's
Like I think
true.
that's an
It's true.
easy I think that's an easy way to get murked. Like that is probably the easiest way
100%.
to get cooked. So
Yeah, you don't want to like
I
meet them
don't
at their
like
house or
the
something. Definitely like a public appearance for the first time.
yeah, well that's what I'm thinking too. But also I think that with dating apps and I actually believe they can work because there have been people who've been in relationships now for like 20, 30 years who got married from dating apps. Um But yeah, I think it's kind of brain rot, I guess. Like, people like scroll endlessly for hours on their phone on
But
TikTok.
like short form
Um,
content, just scrolling
yeah,
I
well,
through
mean, it
dating
like
you're
if you
partners.
think
looking
about
through
it,
like 30 girls and you're just like, Nah, like if they don't, it's kind of like a job application. If they don't tick one box, because what it's basically done is it's given you the opportunity to pick out your perfect
Pick
little
and
girlfriend. Be
choose.
like, yeah, be like, oh, she's 5'5". I only date girls who are 5'4", which is, I guess,
And the
why it's ideal for women because they want 6'3" Chad, fucking 500K a year. So
and the
that was just
reality
me
is
being salty.
nobody's fucking perfect. Wow, I broke that real towards the end here. But like nobody's perfect. So this app giving the idea, or I feel like the dating apps implement the idea of that there is someone perfect or there's someone to get as perfect as possible. But I don't feel like, I mean, that's just not the reality.
Right. Yeah, that's probably where it it's detrimental if they say, if they imply or directly say like, yeah, you'll find the perfect match, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to feel that pain point of a lonely person who feels like they'll never find anyone or something. So when they see that, they're like, oh, I want to find the perfect match. Yeah, but yeah, like you said, like, yeah, it's like a checkbox of things, and then you can just kind of have, it's like a resume or something. But yeah, people aren't that simple, and also you're only seeing their perspective of themselves. So, and usually you see you see things, and you'll see things people that they don't even see in themselves. So like, you don't even know. Like, yeah, you don't really know like exactly who you're getting involved with. You really don't. So you really can't just go off. It's like the movie. It's like movie reviews. Like, you can't just go off of movie reviews, because see one
Yeah.
review is like, this is the best movie ever, and then someone else will say like, yeah, this is like, this is a joke. Like, I don't know like how like this was even like considered as a movie. Like, I don't know. Like,
Oh my God, are there?
take it with a grain of
I've
salt.
never used any dating apps, bro. Are
I've
there
never used a dating app though.
reviews?
Then again, yeah. So actually, I don't know.
That would be
Can you put
so
0 stars on
funny.
somebody?
3 stars, fucking bitch didn't pay for her own food or something like that. Like,
0 stars, no tip.
yeah, dude, that is hilarious if there is. Oh my God. Could you imagine? That's like that hypothetical where people say, like, imagine if everyone walked around with like their body count like taped to their head or something. Like, that is insane, dude. Okay. I think we might be running out of time for this one question, so I'll say like one more thing about it.
Shocker.
Um, always got something to say. It's a talk show,
Yeah, Ty,
okay?
you were supposed to play devil's advocate, but you failed.
I did fail. Yeah, I disagree with you because I want to for the love of the game.
For the
um,
love of the game.
no, I think it's a good way to meet people though because no one like you ever seen I don't even think it's real. I think it's social media propaganda. But have you guys ever seen those videos of guys going up to girls and they're just like, "You're fucking ugly." And they're like, "Hey, how you doing? Like I just thought you were pretty." And they're just like, "No, fuck off." Like I don't know, I don't know if I can roll with that. I might just prefer if some random lady like swipes on a phone screen instead of tells me to like go kill myself because I wanted to ask her out on a date. But you gotta build thick skin, guys. Woman tells you to go fuck yourself, you got 5 more until you get a yes. It's like
You
sales,
got
I was gonna say,
5
you
more
yeah.
got
fucking yourselves until you fuck yourself.
you get 20 no's and you'll eventually get the yes.
Every time you get a no, that means you're just closer to a yes.
Exactly.
You just like, all right, yep. That's a really positive way of looking at it. It's like, yeah, I'm just closer to a yes now. Like, okay, good. I'm glad that
We're
person is
going.
gone, because now I'm closer to the right one.
Zach and I are going on the college campuses next week, and we're gonna start hitting up women and seeing how many no's it takes. I'm just kidding. I never do that. I don't talk to women. Anyway,
Yeah, I
we're
don't
gonna
either.
move on though. We've been talking about this for a little over. I guess we'll move on to a different question. Uh, Freddie, go ahead.
All right.
Speak.
Speak from your
Mm,
infinite wealth and wisdom and infinite pool of questions, which we can
Yes,
grab
yes,
from any
yes,
any
yes,
moment to entertain our
yes,
viewers.
yes, yes. Does diversity strengthen or weaken culture? To kind of have a little little grab back to what you guys were speaking about earlier.
I already know what Tyler's gonna say about this. I can probably speak his entire
Okay,
point for him.
it doesn't specify what type of diversity. I'm assuming racial diversity, cultural diversity,
Cultural
ethnic
diversity,
diversity.
like let's just do all of the above.
Okay, racial. Fuck no.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. All right, I'm just kidding. Someone's gonna clip that out and arrest me. Okay.
I'm clipping that.
Uh,
Freddie is the Clipper.
ra- racial diversity doesn't really. This might be actually controversial coming from me. I don't inherently think it really matters if you're white, black, brown, or Asian,
Yellow, pink,
or
gold,
I don't think it inherently
orange.
matters. I think you can technically have a multi ethnic culture. I don't think you can have a multicultural culture though, because I think it just fails. The reason it fails and the reason it weakens the culture is because you have this guy who thinks one way, you have this guy who thinks another way. We debate ideas, okay, cool. You know, freedom of speech, awesome. We love that. We agree with that. Um, but if we get to the point where we're at now, where everyone has like a different belief and a different like system of things. You know, we got some Jewish people over here, we got some Christian people over here, we have some Muslim people over here, all different kind of cultures that
Just kind of dilutes the actual culture itself.
it's well, when you make it too it because some cultures just don't work together. I'm sorry, they just don't. You know, if you go to Bangladesh and you bring all those
Yeah,
people
definitely not.
here and they bring their Bangladesh culture to America, it's gonna make America similar to Bangladesh. I don't think
I
Americans
think
want that.
I think
So, oh god.
religion sorry, I think religion is a good way to just like I mean, to your point, like let's say if we mix two religions, I mean they're two separate religions because they follow two separate lines of thinking, two separate faiths, two separate beliefs, and mixing those doesn't work because they are two separate beliefs.
Right, they're
Yeah, they're
separate.
contradictory.
Yeah, totally.
Um, Look, here's the thing. If everyone believes that it's wrong to attack women, and if everyone believes that it's nice to hold the door open, and everyone believes that, look, it's okay. We can have different, like, we can disagree on things. Like, if I think one way about immigration, you think another way about the president, and we disagree, that's fine. That is fine. That's normal. That's literally just freedom of speech. Okay. But
Okay.
when it gets to the point where, you know, people are telling us that we need, like, we're forced to, like, learn their language. They come here and they're like, oh, you need to speak our language. And they say that we, or people who believe that, um, I'm on a slippery slope here. I don't know if I should say this on YouTube. Maybe Freddie can blur. Fine, I'll have Freddie blur it out, whatever, or put a
Oh,
beep over me saying this.
oh boy.
Um,
Timestamp
India
now.
India is like the capital of the world. Like the smartest Indians are not in India, they're in America. Like the average Indian is not that high IQ. And
Oh, really?
a lot of them, yeah, well a lot of these countries like don't have any respect or any like don't give any like rights to women. And you know I like, you know, joke around and everything, but here in America, you know, in this society, we love and we respect women and we want to protect them. And if we have people coming in who think it's okay to, you know, treat them terribly and fucking attack them and rape them, that's not good for our society. It just isn't. So if people have if we can all believe a set amount of things, um, then I think that will strengthen our society because we are stronger as one. But if everyone thinks differently and we don't believe the same things anymore that fundamentally make us a people, then I think that can weaken the culture. Yes,
And
that
yeah,
is
that
my
would it
position.
sounds like it feels like that would just eventually turn into some sort of like literally like an anarchy or something, just like because there's so many different contradictory beliefs that there can't be one, so that there's just none.
Yeah, exactly. And it just works. It works better when everyone just like can can agree on some like the same amount of beliefs. Um, and I think disagreement is a great thing. I think it would be a, it'd be a shitty. We would be a terrible like stupid society if everyone just like was like, "Yep, I agree with that," and we all just like agreed on the same thing. Like we can debate ideas, we can debate economic systems, foreign policies. Um, but if everyone in America can't get behind the fact that we need to protect people and save people, and that's as much as I'll say on it. But yeah, if everyone can't agree on that, then we have a problem. Um, and like I said, you got to integrate into our society, um, and not force yourself into like I don't want to get myself too in trouble. I'll stop there.
Okay.
Zach, you can go ahead. Give your position on it. What do you think?
Um, I mean, yeah, I agree. We should. I kind of already, like I said, but yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, in order to have society, you need to have a, I don't know, yeah, you need to be able to agree on certain things that how things should be, so that things can run somewhat smoothly and people can work together, and that seems like the basic fundamentals of a, a society. What was the question again? It was about
Does
diversity.
diversity make us stronger or weaker? I think, or does it strengthen or weaken the culture?
Yeah.
Strengthen or weaken the culture.
I think like I said, I think it depends on what type of like diversity you're talking about. I think most people, the first thing that goes to their head is like racial diversity.
Yeah,
Um, I
because
think
in
it
that
does
case it
matter.
can
Like,
go either way, really.
yeah, I think like I do believe like in race, but I also know that like people who are a different race than me have come here and have accustomed to the life of this country, and they are they are American. Yeah, they speak English. They like the country. They hold the door open for people. They don't. Ah, man, I'm just thinking about. I'm just thinking about
So basically,
people walking.
if it's a diversity of cultures, then no, it would weaken the main culture. So, but if it's like race, I mean, yeah, it could work. The main goal is that people need to be able to agree on a certain set of things, how things should be,
Yeah.
so that it
Also,
can run.
yeah. Also, another controversial thing to say. I don't think all cultures are equal. I don't.
What do you mean by equal?
Sorry. I think some cultures are superior to others.
Some cultures are superior in what way?
It's a better quality of life to live in.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
compare,
it's true. Probably,
uh,
Africa is probably a lot better. Any third world countries, well, I guess that depends what you mean by quality of life, because you
well,
know,
look, their country is not good, but it is the government plays a role in it because most of Africa has a very like corrupted government. Like all of the foreign aid that we give to Africa, like I'm pretty sure most of it is taken by the government and not actually given to the citizens. Um, However, I will say the people also affect the country.
in a
Um,
negative way.
no, I'm saying that the citizens of the country make the country. They have a big influence of what the country is.
Yeah, they are the culture.
You put the British Empire went to Australia, and they were there for Freddie. When was can you look it up? When did the British Empire go to Australia or take over Australia? Um, I don't even remember the date off the top of my head, but they built a pretty awesome fucking country.
January 26, 1778. 1788, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, look at Australia, like 180, 200 years later. Like that is a that's a that's culture. The buildings, the skyscrapers, the
Yeah.
government, the economy. Um, so yeah, I think certain cultures are definitely superior.
I mean, yeah, they
And
definitely have a better
I
quality of
don't want to
life.
let I don't want to have people bringing that culture into my country because my country's culture is fine the way it is. Like, debate aside from like whether it's good or bad, like I don't need my country to fundamentally change with it from the within because someone doesn't want to like accustom to the way of life here.
Okay, so
Like,
I guess a prerequisite for going to any country is that you should be willing to change for that country so that it can keep its own diverse diversity. I mean, yeah, against other countries because that's what makes other countries so cool.
yeah, well, exactly. If you go to France,
That's why
if
it's
you want to
worth
live in
going anywhere.
France,
Like yeah, that's why it's worth going anywhere because it's
if you want
different.
to learn, yeah, learn French, bro. Learn French, dress like they dress, follow their customs. It's their country. They own that shit. You know, you can't go in. That's like me going into your house and demanding that like you give me everything, and like you like willingly, and like Americans are very hospitable. You know, we fucking like I said, 20% of the country is Hispanic, bro. It's like we've let lots of people in. We've been very hospitable. All we're asking is don't burn our flag, don't attack women, and like be act American. Learn English. Um, yeah, be accustomed to our way of life. So, but at the same time, uh, the diversity that I do think is good for America is when people come in and they start a business and they invent something, they increase our GDP, they don't go into, government subsidies. And yeah, they make our life better. Like a lot of immigrants made some really great things in America, and that made our country better. I'm pretty sure YouTube was invented by like some Indian guys or something. So that's what I'm in favor of. I'm in favor of them coming here and building something and doing something great and making our country better. I'm not in favor of you coming here and like demanding that I learn Spanish and like burning my flag. That I don't like that. So that's my take.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable ask. Yeah, just don't burn flags, don't rape women. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable argument. I feel like yeah, just be chill. All right, don't do crazy things. All right, don't be a degenerate. Be a productive
Yeah.
member of society. That's I think any productive society in the world would anyone that comes from them would abide by that. So we're really just it sounds like you're really just saying no degenerates allowed.
Yeah, of course. Um, but yeah, I think that'll probably be our last question for the night. Freddie, what's the time we're at right now?
We are at 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Okay, perfect. We can go ahead and close it out there. Um, I guess I'll do the outro unless Zach, you want to do it.
No, no, no. Go right ahead. Got that,
All
man.
right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Two Idiots, Two Countries. This has been a really great show. We treaded on some controversial topics of conversation today, but you know, it is what it
Oh,
is.
actually, I do have something to
We
add.
did two. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, Tyler. Oh no, I just wanted to encourage people. Oh shoot, my Discord's like freezing. God, hopefully that's not affecting things. Uh, yeah, I just want to encourage people to give their own feedback. Is all on the podcast. I know people already do, but yeah, to keep doing that so we can curate our podcast better to be more, I guess, entertaining or just better to watch, whatever their idea of a good watch is. And oh gosh,
Exactly.
my Discord is like freezing so bad. My game must be updating on my computer right now or something. Okay, go ahead, close it out.
All right. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been Two Idiots, Two Countries. If you enjoyed the podcast, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment, let us know how you felt about it. We read and respond to the comments. Not that we get millions of them, but let us know how you feel about it. I know we did 2 shows this week. The other one, go check it out. We interviewed our mom, and we will be back next Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you guys.